Now have less than 1 week to pass a balanced budget.
And one set of possible cuts could threaten life-saving medical care for thousands of Californians.
ABC 10's Becca Habiger shows us their final plea to the governor.
Balancing a budget on the backs of seniors and people with disabilities and veterans is disgraceful.
With the budget deadline quickly approaching, a bipartisan group of lawmakers, staffers, and advocates held a news conference on the Capitol on Monday to sound the alarm on proposed changes to Medi-Cal and in-home supportive services, IHSS. The changes could threaten eligibility and care for seniors and tens of thousands of Californians with disabilities.
It allows people like me with disabilities to live safely and independently at home.
Kate Laddish of Yolo County is president of the California In-Home Supportive Services Consumer Alliance. She says people have been fighting to save their IHSS care for months now.
People are absolutely terrified, and this isn't what's going to fix the state budget.
In his January budget draft, Governor Newsom proposed 3 cuts to IHSS, cutting a backup provider system, ending a temporary care stopgap practice when someone loses Medi-Cal, and shifting more costs to counties, which advocates worry would result in reduced hours of care someone can get.
Advocates fought those proposed cuts, but then in the May revision of his budget, not only did the governor keep those cuts in, he also added a full reinstatement of something called the asset test, which advocates say is an outdated figure that forces seniors and Californians with disabilities to live in a state of poverty just to keep their medical care.
The proposed asset limit reinstatement would mean a single person couldn't have more than $2,000 in assets at any given time. For a couple, the limit is $3,000. These numbers include what someone has in their checking and savings accounts, though does not include a retirement fund.
The $2,000 asset limit harkens back to 1989. That's when the supplemental security income asset limit was put at $2,000. So 1989. That has not gone up.
Advocates say removing all of these proposed cuts and changes from the budget is more than the right thing to do. It'll also save the state money.
They're able to access care, and that keeps people out of the emergency room. There's cost savings to that.
In response, the governor's office says, in part, federal policies have imposed substantially higher costs and requirements on both state and local governments for the health and human services programs they provide to their citizens. Even though state revenues have increased, the additional costs mean they won't be able to be sustained on an ongoing basis without modification. The May revision maintains billions in funding for health care. Medi-Cal alone is $45 billion of the general fund in 2026-27.
Santa Clara University.
One disability rights advocate who stands to lose care with the proposed changes made a direct and personal plea to Governor Newsom.
Don't forget your Jesuit roots.
Elizabeth Gesamburu of Stanislaus County says she and Newsom both graduated from Santa Clara University with the same political science major, though several years apart.
I'd like the governor to remember what we were taught.
She points to the school's emphasis on the 3 C's of competence, conscience, and compassion. In Sacramento, Becca Habiger, ABC 10.
As for what's next, the governor's office tells ABC 10 there's no agreement yet between the administration and the legislature on a final budget plan. Discussions have been underway and are continuing. You can read more on their reasoning for the proposed cuts on our website, abc10.com.